Hello guys, I hope you're all well. In this video, I'm going to address trigonometry, and then I will also do the second part of it, just continuation of what we are going to start now. So now let's get right onto it. And then the first one, that's saying 5.1, that's saying in the diagram below, P, the coordinates of X and Y, is a point in the third quadrant. ROP, it is beta, is equals to beta, and then our equation there, it is 17 cos beta plus 15 is equals to 0. So now we need to solve that to, it is cos beta at first plus 15 is equals to 0. Now, in this case, we need to solve this. 15 goes onto the other side after the equal sign. So we're going to have cos beta. Remember, when it goes to after equal sign, it should be negative, right? So it's going to be negative now, and then we divide both sides by 17, right? And then now 17 cancels the 17, therefore cos beta is equals to negative 15 over 17. And then I always advise my learners to say that whenever we're doing trigonometry, we need to always use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. It is very important, guys. Why is it important? Because it's going to always remind us that sine, it is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos, it is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then tan is equals to opposite over adjacent. That's the importance of it. So now in this case, we know that cos is equals to opposite over, not opposite, adjacent over hypotenuse. So we know that 15 is our adjacent, and then 17 is our hypotenuse. So now we know by now that always our hypotenuse, it cannot be negative. So what's going to be negative here in this case is our adjacent. Our adjacent is the one that is going to be negative. Then our hypotenuse, it should be always negative. So let's quickly go back to our graph here. Draw it as a rectangle. In fact, let me just use a different color so that we can all see it. I'll just use this green. So it's like this. We have it there. It goes that way. And then we have it here. So there's our rectangle. So now our hypotenuse, we know it's 17. Our adjacent is negative 15, right? So now we know that our x, remember x, it is there. So x is negative 15. We don't know how much y is, but we can find it by using the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says that we already have our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse squared is equals to x squared plus y squared. That's the formula. So now our hypotenuse, we know that is 17. 17 squared is equals to our x is negative 15 squared, and then is equals to, not is equals to, plus y squared. And then we take this over to the other side. We are now going to have, quickly, let me just do this. So we're going to say having 17 squared. In fact, I'm taking this very long, but it's okay for those that do not understand. And then we have this 15 is going to give us negative 15 squared is giving us 225, right? Then minus plus y squared, and then we take this one over to the other side. I'm going to have 289 minus 225 is equals to y squared. Let me just continue here, create some space there. So we're going to have now 289 minus 225, giving us 64 is equals to y squared. Then, because I'm looking for y, then we do that, and then our 8 is our y, right? So now we now know that our y will then be 8. So now they said here in this case on our first, so now we never answered anything. We're just making sure that our graph or our Cartesian plane, it has every detail that we need. So in the first question there, they're saying write down the values of x, y, and r. They said we should write them down. So you are going to show all this calculation in your work, and then on 5.1, you just write them down because they did not say determine, they said write. So I'm going to say x is equals to -5, 15, and then y is equals to 8, and then r is equals to 17. How did you find all of this? We found all of this through this calculation. Okay, that is 4 marks. So now that's how easy it is. But struggling, remember, leave a comment below and then I will get back to you again. So now let us go to 5.1.2. 5.1.2, they're saying now in this case, remember our beta is there, right? So they're saying without using the calculator, determine the value of sine beta. So sine beta, from here again, from SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So looking from sine beta, our opposite, remember our opposite is this one. And now remember all the time that our 90 degrees is there, right? So now our opposite is there. Our opposite is 8 over our hypotenuse. It is 17. So that is our value. Okay. And then now going on to B now. We just finished A. We're now going to B. B, they're saying we should do the same, calculate again without the use of a calculator. So now we're given cos squared 30 degrees multiplied by 10 beta. So now in this case, I'm going to use special triangles. 30, angle 30, cos 30 is a special triangle. And by just a reminder that cos 30 using special triangles is square root of 3 over 2, but remember it is squared, right? And then it is also multiplied by 10 beta. And then 10 beta, we know that 10 beta is opposite over adjacent. So our opposite here is 8. Our adjacent is -15. So now quickly, when this multiplied in, I'm going to have 3 over 4. This is basic, guys. This is basic. And then we multiply this by 8 over -15. And then now finally, our answer, we're going to have 8 multiplied by 3 over -15 multiplied by 4, which will then give us 8 times 3. It should give us 24. I'm not quite sure. I'm just using my mind. And then divided by -15 divided by multiplied by 4, which should also give us something like -60. Yes, -60. And then from there, I think it would want us to simplify it. At that point, you can quickly use a calculator for simplification. And then it gives you -60, 24 over -60. In simple terms, you're going to have -2 over 5. Okay, so now that's how we go about it. That's how we go about it. This is a video, guys. You can slow it down when looking at this, try to make sense of it, or you can just rewatch it again. And again, like I said, if ever you want more resources, just leave a comment below and then we'll give you past question papers, which they are already there on the internet. So you can just go on the internet and check for past question papers. You'll see many of this type of questions. Okay. And then now they're also saying that we should find beta on this question. They're saying calculate the size of ROP. ROP, ROP. It is that which the theta that we spoke about. So now in this case, we're going to have, you can use any function on the SOHCAHTOA because you have all the sides. SOHCAHTOA, we can use any function on this because you have all the sides. So let's just use the most common one that we normally use in most cases, which is sine. So we can say sine beta is equals to our opposite over hypotenuse, which in this case, our opposite is 8 over 17, right? So let's just write it correctly or neatly. We have sine beta is equals to 8 over 17. Then we're going to take sine -1, then you have 8 over 17. Let's quickly check how much we get in this case. So we have 8 over 17, then it will give us 20,07. Remember, they said we should round it off to 2 decimal places, right? But now, remember, the question said we should find ROP. So moving from R, right? Moving from R, O, P. So all the way to there. So now remember, we should also add the 180 because from R to this point, it is 180. And then from there to there, it is 28. So we therefore say 28, 180 plus 28,07 degrees. It is then going to give us, again, using my mind, it should give us 208. I hope. Yes, I'm going to have 208,07. Thank you so much, guys. Please check on the internet, practice over and over. We'll also do more videos on this, and we wish you guys all the best towards your upcoming test. Thank you so much.